Two small Arizona communities just got hit with budget cuts as punishment.
The State Board of Education voted today to cut funding from districts in Globe and Window Rock. Jason Berry joins us in studio to explain why.
Yeah, education officials say both school districts failed to meet compliance requirements stemming from a state Auditor General's report. And as a result, both Globe Unified and the Window Rock school districts will have their state funding cut by 3%. The audits from last year found both districts had not made significant progress to correct deficiencies in their financial accounting. Globe superintendent addressed the board, saying they remain committed to making the required improvements.
We are a district that wants to be the best and that does the right thing every time. Although saddened, we are also full of resolve to meet all recommended best practices and to correct all deficiencies quickly. In fact, we've been working diligently to ensure that proper financial controls are implemented and used without variance.
Both of these school districts are in small communities where every dollar makes a difference, so having their budgets slashed by 3% could have a significant impact in the classroom. Window Rock superintendent said they have had significant leadership changes. The former superintendent and business manager have recently resigned from the district.